Alright, so here we are, just checking out some books. You know how it is. Did we check out these books? I think we
Shelves
did.
full of biographies of famous people, whoever they are.
Great Innocence. No. We'll leave for now. Are these maps? Diagrams?
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
Look at the map of Insulinde.
This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is La Caillou. You are here. Another, far away in the southwest, Seminese Islands, Ile de Fantôme.
Okay, so these are the islands where I am on. What else?
Ozon, Laurentide, Fas a la Mer, Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands, all just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic. On the edges of the map, the color fades into a blur of dotted lines, black and white,
Okay.
disintegrating into mathematics.
Huh.
In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore. It's you.
It's me, Squint first. Can you see cities on the island?
You can on Caillou, Revachol, a single black star on Ozon, Fondelier, and Vimandu on archipelagos, Croyan Moran, Villiers, on Seminine, Olduvai, and on Laurentide, Deora of the Seven Seas.
Because they're all cities.
850 million people live on these little dots, an oceanic world of culture and commerce torn apart by history.
Look at the edges.
The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Windy is the north azimuth. Grad is the northeast azimuth. Samara is the east azimuth. Seol is the west azimuth. Isolas, they're called.
So this is what's beyond, I guess, the map.
Connections to other worlds. Words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there.
Okay.
You have little idea what they are.
Impossible failure.
Distant stars, gods, but looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you, and very, very far away.
I guess they're continents? I don't know what this world is though.
Perhaps they are gods, gods of distance and outer dust.
Great. Conceptualization impossible. Great. A map of
The
Revachol.
north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction.
La Delta is a city, I guess.
To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Revachol East.
Revachol East and West.
Hudon, it's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock.
That's where we
It's
are, right?
bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forberg. It's almost as bad and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst.
Oh, and Martinez is where we are. Sorry, we are in Martinez.
It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is. North of Jamrock. The strip of coast next to the Greater Revachol Industrial Harbour. It looks downright despondent. It's almost Coal City, to be honest.
So we're in a pretty bad place.
No, this is somewhere to be. This is all you have. But it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world. You're still alive.
Well, that's good. Look at the map of Martinez.
It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbour, even the whirling in rags there.
Storekeep, can I buy these maps?
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them.
They're that expensive?
They're quite valuable. though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though.
Why is the one on Martinez so cheap?
That old thing? It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be.
Guess it makes sense.
From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps.
Never
The
worked.
place does not look like a successful tourist trap, does it?
What happened then?
They didn't get that far, for some reason.
Hmm.
A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
You can buy it or you can try to steal it. Sure, I guess.
Slowly, you move your hand toward the map attached to the board. Before you even reach the map, you're interrupted.
Perhaps not. It's against RCM policy to defraud small business owners.
Cough sharply then whispers. Alright, yeah. It's fine, I won't steal it. I'll buy it if I have to. Another boring book, just discarded here. This is the last one. Let's have a
This
look.
bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
Paranatural. What books are these?
Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf.
She narrows her
That
eyes.
wisdom is not for free.
Really?
I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh no!
Police store. Look through the shelf.
Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance.
So it's self-help books?
These three things are very important to the working class mind. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services.
How does that work?
It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to, and which costs more than this book, is garbage,
Oh, great.
and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything.
So it's useless.
Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place.
Great. Does the book say anything else?
The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver.
Okay, so just bad advice.
There's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre and post factum apply. Nothing worth buying.
Alright, well, we'll get out of here then. There's some interesting books for sure, but nothing really that good. I'm not buying anything.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Farewell for now. Let me talk to your daughter for a second. Hello.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't talk right now. I'm very busy with my homework. I have so much homework now.
Okay.
Out of the rain and into the gutter.
Helped her in. Suggestion medium. What are you doing now?
Math. It's
Math.
really difficult. Like, really. They say you need it to get rich. Better than standing outside in the cold, I guess.
That is true.
Oh, I found something while you were away.
Suddenly she smiles and perks up. Found something. What is it?
I thought this would fit you.
Duck Mullen's
Like,
hat.
thanks for helping out. Not me. The city, I mean. Like a detective does.
She gives you a hat. Almost exactly like the one Dick Mullen wears on the covers. Where did you get it?
Just what Dick Mullen would ask. I got it from behind the curtains. I'm not really supposed to go there.
Oh. It's a fedora?
Maybe. It's the hat Dick Mullen wears all the time.
She
You'll
grins with
look
joy.
way more serious with that.
Okay.
Right, I have to get back to my homework now, before Mum notices. Man, this is hard.
She looks back at the infernal scribblings under her nose. What are you missing here? Why does it feel familiar? Try it again.
You have absolutely no idea. Familiar? How? You must have forgotten something you heard again.
Alright, see you around. Well, it's nice that she's actually inside studying. Instead of outside, just in the cold. And I think I never spoke to you, did I? Alright, clothes. You got a +1 encyclopedia. Booksmart. If anything, this wide-rimmed hat looks even better than the hat Dick Mullen wears. Dick Mullen is stupid and not even real. You're real. Your brain is real. Your real brain inside the hat. Okay, we'll take this off. Can I interact with it? No. It's just clothes. This gives Asperico and shivers, right? So this is better. This gives interfacing. This gives half-light, electrochemistry. All right, that's fine. That's fine. We'll wear the hat. Not sure about this one. Yeah, who are you? Working class woman. You see a sturdy woman humming to herself. She seems to be browsing books. A good one? One of the books.
Yes? Hello?
She nods, her attention fully focused on reading. Who are you?
Me? No one. I'm just a working class woman.
Wait, no name?
If she's such a working class woman, why isn't she working?
Shouldn't a working class woman be working?
Not all the time. Right now I'm browsing books.
She pauses.
Even a working class woman needs something to read.
Phenomenal.
It is.
I'm a policeman.
I know you are.
Okay.
Everyone can see that. The
The
rectangles.
He points to his sleeve. Good then.
Mm-hmm.
She diverts her attention to the soggy books on the book stand. Do you need help of policeman?
What with?
She tries hard to focus on the book stand.
What with? A lot of things. For example, people tend to go missing.
Watch her browse
Her
books.
hands move over the book covers. The tips of her fingers look rough, stained with yellow. It seems like she has spent a lot of time at work, smoking.
Maybe your husband is missing?
My husband? No, he's not.
So where could he be?
I don't know. At home now? Out drinking with his friends? Working?
Okay, not
Where
missing.
is this going, officer?
So what I'm hearing is you don't really know where your husband is.
Yes, but
She looks around, takes a deep breath, a little
I
annoyed.
don't really need to know where my husband is. Not all the time.
Wouldn't you like to?
No.
She looks at you in the eye, her right foot is tapping nervously. I can totally help you find your missing husband.
Why are we still talking about this? I haven't lost my husband.
Okay.
It's got to be something else then. Why else would you be asking her if it wasn't?
If your children are missing? What the hell? Okay, why not?
No, absolutely not.
Her words come out quick as gunshots. Okay, so where are they?
Are you a policeman or a nanny?
She's definitely disturbed now. Nanny, where are
They are
they?
not missing, sir.
Okay.
You know where they are. They're at home, smoking, giving the ladder of vices a chance.
They're at home, right? Smoking cigarettes?
What? That's just... My daughters are perfectly fine. They're with their friends down in Jamrock. There's nothing to worry about.
Jamrock is a pretty bad place.
They're almost grown up now anyway. They're past the age they need me protecting them from everything now.
I'm afraid the danger is now greater than ever. Tell me, how old are they?
My youngest girl, Jolie, is just shy of 16. Jenny, she is turning 18 next month. But we shouldn't even be talking about them.
Can you describe me their appearance, any features that stand out, something to make identifying a little easier?
Why do you need to know this? Haven't I repeatedly told you that they're not missing? That they're in Jamrock, safe and well, at some stupid party?
It's for the investigation, trying to be professional.
There is no investigation here. I
Just
can tell
harassing
you
her,
that.
man. Picks up book as a concert, a flock of seagulls passes
Okay,
by.
it must be asked then. What are you doing here? Why are you pursuing this? Is it a hunch?
Maybe it is. Maybe your cockatoo is
I
missing.
don't mean to disrespect, sir, but you are being a bit of a cockatoo here.
For what it's worth, I agree. But cockatoos can't be stopped when they get like this. It's better to indulge him at this point.
Ma'am, I was asking about your cockatoo. Is it missing?
I don't even have a cockatoo. And guess what?
What?
It's a trap. Never ever say what.
What?
Even if I had, it wouldn't be missing.
Alright, cockatoo not missing. I just wanted to make
Great.
sure. Just one more question. What did you mean by me being a cockatoo?
Nothing. Go read up on them if you're so interested. There's a great book in the bookstore.
Really?
Maybe you should. What if the cockatoo is your astral captain? Or your heraldic bird?
Actually, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Thanks for the tip. Get tasked.
Wonderful. The store is open.
That's all I have for the moment. I'll let you
The
read.
woman before you nods and returns to her reading.
I just harassed her completely. I got a new task. Find your heraldic bird. The working class woman said that you're a bit of a cockatoo. What if it's true? Go and read up on cockatoos in the bookstore. Maybe you'll discover something new about yourself. Great. Oh, there's a plastic bag here. What?
There. Working class drunk. You know what this means, right?
Case solved?
Cracked it. All in a good day's work.
Wait, what did I crack exactly?
What do you mean, what did I crack? Look at how working class that drunk is.
It's her husband, the missing husband?
Yes, and you found him. Now go and tell the working class woman. Protect and serve, recruit.
Oh god.
Didn't she repeatedly tell you her husband isn't missing though?
This doesn't add up. I'm only making a fool of myself.
Do marriages
Yeah.
make any sense? Does honor? You're not a filthy philosopher. You're an officer of law. It's time to ace this case and not brood over your reputation. We can deal with the perception management later.
No, this is nonsense.
Not
Get out of
honorable,
here.
recruit. Not honorable at all.
That's not. I'll make my own ways. Saul always have, always will. They don't know me. No one knows me. I work hard. I play hard. Nobody plays harder. And I hard, it's just hard sometimes. Alright, hey man, I found.
We're still waiting for a replacement for the bull you sent sinking.
Rene, I found your guard boots.
Yes, the Debardiers Union pays me to stand vigil during the night. Not out of any political allegiance, mind you. I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and money is tight.
Yeah, it's a slight sigh. You must have seen something on the night of the murder. Your booth looks right into the yard.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday.
Okay, hold on. Why are you on leave?
It's a private matter.
He says with dignity.
Nothing to do with your investigation.
Alright.
You see, officer, René is the kind of man would rather die than admit he needs medical assistance or, God forbid, sick it. A real man's man is just gonna ride it out.
I'm fine, goddammit. Mind your own business. It's nothing. Just got to cut back on coffee.
Outburst makes him clutch his chest. So who was working your shift that night?
No one.
Oh.
The boss has been unmanned since last Monday.
He looks suddenly very old and
There's
tired.
no other guard. It's just me.
Alright.
No one has been guarding the container yard since last Monday.
Yes.
He nods before hesitantly
It's-
continuing.
It's not actually an issue. I mean,
Uh-huh.
Look, officer,
His partner
the
jumps in.
container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before René. Monsieur Claire had that booth built specially for him. It's mostly decorative.
Mostly
the
decorative.
possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals.
He tries to argue.
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabiniers' pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words.
Everard gets it. Big guys looking after the small, everyone working together. Such dependency only weakens a man further, do or die. Rene is but one man. We need a program, get all the elderly back in the job market. Rene should rent out his services, invest the profit, get a few more guys, expand and repeat. Wage work is a dead end. Big guy looking after the small, everyone working together. I love it.
Can we conclude the topic of my guard boost now?
There's a grimace of pain on the old soldier's face. Looks like he wants to argue but can't find the words. I saw a picture. You were in it. Who's the girl?
She is nobody. This is none of your concern, and I refuse to discuss my private affairs with the RCM.
Okay.
The lady is Jeanne-Marie Beaulieu, and she sure as hell wasn't a nobody.
Great. Well, his friend just tells me. Got it.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yes, like I said, I would be up anyway, so might as well keep an eye out. It keeps my senses sharp.
Okay, great. What is about this old soldier? Sure. 28% might as well.
Still, all you see is an old soldier refusing to replace his uniform with a civilian attire.
Okay.
Anything else I can assist you with, officer?
He asks you patiently.
We still have a game to finish.
Alright, thank you for your time. Talk to your friend here for a second.
Officer, the mere sight of police in Martinez makes me feel safer already. How can I help you?
You mentioned Jeanne-Marie Beaulieu. Who is that?
Oh, sweet Jenny.
He gets a
She
dreamy
was
look
the
in his eyes.
finest woman in all of Revachol. Maybe the entire world.
Okay.
Do not defile her memory, Gaston. Let her rest in peace.
She's dead. There's an almost imperceptibly small tremble in his voice. So you both know her.
We knew her, all right. Lived on the same street our entire lives, just 2 houses apart. The 3 of us have been best friends since we were 4.
Okay.
She
neighbors.
was René's first girl back when the prick was 16. They were courting till he decided he'd rather die for some great ideal than just be happy.
And then you stole her from me.
Oh god. He jerks forward but then grabs his chest and stops. Okay, I see. So he went off to war and she settled in with him. Easy fellows, do not no need for things to get ugly.
Oh, officer.
Gaston is unfazed by the
It
outburst.
already got ugly nearly 80 years ago when the 3 of us were just learning to walk and talk.
You stole her from me.
René repeats, trying to steady his breathing and still clutching his chest.
Well, technically, you stole her from me because we'd been pretty close ever since you two had that falling out over the ink you spilled over her pretty yellow dress.
We were just boys then. This was different. You,
The tall veteran looks at you and nods.
no point starting this all over again. For the 1000th and the first time. Especially when we have company.
He turns to you.
Officer,
What happened to her?
She died of pneumonia 2 winters ago.
Just 2 years ago.
It
huh?
was a quiet passage, peaceful.
He smiles faintly.
René and I were both by her bedside when she...
He pauses, searching for the right word. Passed?
died.
Died. Okay.
No use sugarcoating it. Won't bring her back. Will it now?
departed.
Departed.
Until the very end she couldn't decide between us. The most indecisive woman I've ever met.
Great. His partner finishes and then chuckles. Alright, why do you think she was indecisive?
She could never make up her mind about anything. What to have for breakfast, favorite color, or which one of us to marry.
The look in his eyes is happy and distant.
She was always leaving one of us for the other, but never long enough to actually get married.
Nothing wrong with... that's a bit odd.
Heck,
Yeah.
technically, we're both still engaged to her.
Oh god, great.
You always confused her. Couldn't let us be happy. Seduced her with your fancy words and pastries.
Pastries. Great.
He suddenly remembers you are still there, falls silent, and turns away.
Alright, thanks for sharing.
Of course, officer. Memories are all we have left.
I want to ask you about the Union again.
Sure, officer.
He smiles.
They are the good guys around here. What do you need?
Nothing, apparently.
No, thank you.
He nods, smiling.
For being consummate professionals. You'll have this case wrapped up in no time.
Let's talk more about Jean Marie.
Sweet, sweet Jenny.
He nods, smiling.
Ask away, officer. I knew her all my life.
Alright, thanks for
Of
sharing.
course, officer. Memories are all we have left.
I'm not gonna ask him for a bite of his sandwich. Come on, that's extremely unprofessional. Alright, we go this way. Right, and you see some signs. What are these signs? 2 roundabout north. 2 Capizzi apartments, Martinez Pier. The ad reads broken window, Tibbs has windows. Alright. If you had a bag in your hand, perhaps you could collect these bottles and sell them. Really, I saw a bag somewhere. Yeah, right here. Yellow plastic bag frit, equipped to collect hair from the streets. The plastic bag frit sick has written on it in dynamic, forceful manner that implies great prizes. As you crack it open, a malt of gusty air flies in your face. Smells of yeast and beer. Perfect place to be tear. We'll equip the plastic bag. Now I can pick up the bottles. Glass tear. Plastic tear.
Yes?
Nothing. While I'm investigating, might as well make some money, you know. Clean up the streets. What about this? I have to pay for this, right?
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inaccessible.
Poor little viewer.
The metal feels cold and wet under your palm. It looks unhygienic.
Great. Vandalism. Shake your head.
Probably some kids.
Lieutenant inspects the rigged slot.
A simple but clever solution to ruining a coin-operated viewer. It took ingenuity.
Look inside.
A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the word Onug written on the other side, with N and C scribbled backwards.
Okay.
That's Kuno
Oh,
on the
cool.
lens.
Great. Shift your focus to the background.
Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast studded with concrete and reeds. On it, a church on stilts, lanky weather-worn wooden planks, an X-shaped cross topping its tower. You know this to be the star of Periconesus, or the Cairo, the central symbol of the Periconesian church, a star, a great moral height to be strived towards.
Okay. To the church.
Around the large wooden building you see chunks of sea ice gathered on the beach, and a small tent set up on the ice.
Okay. There's a tent on the ice? What the hell is that? Okay, I can't grab any of this. We have another viewer though.
This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The instruction manual says to insert 25 centimes and pull the handle while looking inside. Then use the focus knob to zoom in if necessary.
Okay.
Why place a tourist attraction in the middle of such poverty?
What's the real assassin doing here?
There was a revitalization project in 49. The
we've
design
read about
studio
that.
tried restoring Martinez to its pre-war glory. It didn't stick.
Looks around and concludes. What happened?
They got as far as the street lamps and that statue on the intersection before something went sour. I suspect it was Erard's Claire's doing. He muscled them out. It's how it usually goes around here.
Can't we do something about it?
We should have done something about the Union 10 years ago. That ship has sailed, officer.
Alright, well, I'm not gonna insert a coin. I barely have any money. We have glass bottles though. That's some money for me.
Whoa! What have we here?
A bridge.
A bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that creaks in the wind. A construction code violation if there ever was one.
Kim, it looks like we got a construction code violation here.
True. They never cleaned up the war damage. The rest of Revachol looks better, though.
Think about the
The
splinters.
bridge is fine enough. Locals use it all the time, after all. It's nothing to worry about. Shall we?
I guess we shall. Unless it collapses. Okay, it didn't collapse. That's pretty good. Grab this bottle. No, I don't want to talk to you. Get out of the way, man. I'm trying to pick this damn thing up. It's money. A culinary Commodore service to sea, indifferent to your approach. It's a bird. Maybe looking for fish to eat. There's a boat here. The belly of this boat shines like it was recently painted. Maybe it was. Okay. Oh, and what about this? The gate is broken. There's a empty wall here. What am I gonna graffiti it?
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
Why am I looking at this wall?
You have no clue. It's just a wall.
Okay.
So many walls all over Martinez. Weather-worn, cracked, their paint peeling.
Okay, it's still just a wall. Oh. Sense and magnesium. Hello, lady. I'm behind you now.
Are you trying to sneak up on me?
She whispered.
Come to slit my throat in my sleep?
I guess I could.
Apparently, she doesn't like people standing behind her back. Logic error. She is not sleeping right now.
Great.
Pigs come to take me out? Trying to snuff me out?
No, why would you even say
Then
that?
why are you sneaking up on me like that? It's not a good idea to scare me, pig. Not a good idea at all.
Why not?
Trying to sneak up on me again? Trying to snuff me out? Get away, pig!
Something's wrong with this girl, but whatever. What do I mean? Contains 9 bottles. Alright, that's worth $1. Almost $1. Not fully $1. Garden hose isn't any use until the snow melts. Alright, so this is the behind part. I guess his father is here also. Chairs and tables eaten by rain and rot. Not useful. We got orange bomb hat. +1 reaction speed, -1 rhetoric, and nose affair. So new set of clothes. An orange beanie with a couple of big ass holes on the side. It looks like it might have been used as a mask during an armed robbery. Oh, that's not very good. There is a somewhere to go down here.
This must be it.
Oh,
The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air, and there's a knocker shaped like a lion's head.
press your ear against the
The
door.
door is slick with rain. You don't hear any movement inside.
Okay.
In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around you. No birds chirp.
Carefully knock.
You knock silently. The upholstery muffles the sound. No response comes from the apartment.
Okay.
I guess no one is in.
Lieutenant looks uncomfortable. Lieutenant, what is your opinion of this task you're undertaking?
Let's be honest. This isn't what I joined the RCM for, but every day tells you something new about yourself.
Lieutenant replies, still inspecting the padded door.
Apparently, working with the local union boss to get info on an investigation is not something I'm squeamish about.
Okay, so you don't mind if I unlock the door?
I mind that the local thug is using the RCM for his busy work. But if this gets us to the bottom of this hanging, then I'm willing to look over it.
Alright.
On the other hand, we could just leave and tell Evrat we opened the door. No one seems to be tailing us to see if we actually did it.
Lie to Everett, that's also an option.
Yes, presenting a fabrication is known to get results here and there.
He crosses his
You
arms.
took this task. You make the call.
The door is right here. You can just open it and be done with this.
Unlock the door.
You try to be as silent as you can. It takes a bit of rattling of the handle to loosen the bolt. Finally, the door unlocks with a small clack. Thoughts race through your head.
I'm just gonna go in, man.
There might be important information in the apartment. I mean, there might.
There might. Quick save me. Let's go in. I'm definitely gonna check it out. I'm not gonna just open a door and not check it out. You crazy? Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's anybody here. We got some magnesium here. A book titled The Hidden World of Walking Sticks lies open. You can also see the warmth of the red sun on the flag.
This is the flag of Revachol, the suzerainty.
What's with the sun?
This isn't just one sun, but there are little suns dancing around the big sun. This is the sevenfold sun miracle.
And what is the sevenfold sun
It's
miracle?
an optical atmospheric anomaly the first settlers saw. Happens in cold weather. 6 small suns around the big one. This complex halo phenomena is how old Revachol got its flag.
Lieutenant, the old flag of Suzerain.
Mm-hmm.
He looks at the
The
apartment.
tenant is an old-fashioned guy.
Maybe it's Renee's house.
By old-fashioned, he means very right-wing.
Alright, bow down for the flag.
The
Finish thought.
lieutenant does not bow to the flag. It accepts your salute with quiet dignity.
Alright. Sure. Whoever lives here admires fair-haired fantasy heroes with big muscles. Really? But intrasolitary dress shirt. We'll take it. It's better than my white satin shirt. Got an pressed and spotless gleaming white shirt, the kind that serious men wear at a serious inter-solitary offices. Not yet piss-soaked or cum-stained. Great. Well, then I'll do that then. Instead of my white satin shirt. Used to be fancy. It used to read Catch the Light. Now it smells someone took a piss in the armpits. Conceptualization, but -1 suggestion. Right, what's going on here?
A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human figure. A dark-skinned woman grinning amidst mysterious symbols. A broad-shouldered man shoveling potatoes, and others.
So it's racist stuff. We found a mug in the trash can. Tap on the mug.
A little ring. Though cheerful, the images on the ceramic make you vaguely uncomfortable.
Yeah.
There's something disdainful in the way the curves and lines of the bodies were drawn.
What do I mean uncomfortable?
It looks like the artist is celebrating diversity, but underneath, he's just making fun of these people.
Mm, cynical, slippery. I don't think I like the owner of this apartment.
No
Yeah.
one's telling you to like him. You might learn something from him, though. The
Really?
lieutenant picks up one of the mugs, then puts it back down with a look of disdain.
Yeah.
I'm beginning to feel better about breaking into this man's apartment.
Whip out your yellow man mug and compare.
Yes, your broken mug friend would feel very much at home here. The same humor.
Means
the
he has
same
access to the
mocking
trash can,
lines.
right?
There's the missing tin soldier. Whoever lives here might have used the Whirling's container to dump his trash.
Yep, that's what I was thinking.
And now they've drawn the ire of the Union. The plot thickens, as they say.
Yep, this is
An
a big find.
interesting little clue. Let's see where this goes. Clues have a way of magically connecting to other clues down the road.
Do you really think it's the same person who put the dead man's clothes in the trash?
Who knows?
Who knows?
I'm not expecting too much from this clothes in the trash lead either way. It might turn out to be some random local matter, but still, a nice coincidence.
Okay.
You could ask Everard who this person is once you're done here.
Alright, move on with the mugs. What is this? The smell of disinfectant in the room. Smells like chemicals. Okay, and we have a bag here. Small suitcase full of clothes. Guests are staying over? Or he was trying to leave? Alright, so this is the mug person, I guess. Now we're leaving? Alright. Can we just lock the door? I'm guessing not. Alright, well, whatever. A balcony with a view to the yard and the hanging. The smoker up there could be a witness. Talk to him.
There must
Sure.
be another way into the building.
Okay, he said go down to the docks and then do stuff.
They show up.
He did say go to the docks, right? So there's an entrance on the docks, I believe. Oh, trash container. Oh. Signal blue navy coat. This classic double-breasted suit coat suits everyone, including you. And if you ever find yourself battling winds at the helm of a ship, then the coat's heavy fabric.
Up here, piggo.
What the hell? Has got your back. You know, it has moths for a few holes. There's a girl up there. Did she spill the paint? Guess so. Inside the frame of a motorcycle in repair and the tools used to disassemble it.
Yeah, you better keep walking.
What the hell is your
streets
problem?
will flow red once more.
What?
A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
The girl stays at the sailboat by the pier. What the
The
hell?
streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
Yeah, who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull.
Great.
What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
You want to know your name, little lady? Don't need to get defensive.
And here I was trying to be polite. Just can't win with you pigs.
Despite the sash, she puts the brush aside. Do you know anything about the recent murder?
I ain't no snitch, pigstein.
She wrinkles her
Go
nose.
forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
Great.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
Okay, nice language. You keep looking off at the side. What are you looking at?
The lieutenant furrows his brow at another one of your eccentricisms.
She nods disdainfully towards the woman performing maintenance on the boat docked next to the pier.
Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features.
You don't like this lady?
The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
Joyce Messier.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
She's from a different part of the city. Okay, Ozon.
Ozon is an archipelago 2 days' travel away from Rivershore. Its moneyed residents, used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques, rarely have reason to visit Martinez.
Who is she?
Probably the Wild Pines rep.
Oh,
We should talk to her.
he nods in her
She's a
direction.
professional negotiator, though. I have the feeling she will be very cooperative while telling us nothing. You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions, you know? Do your thing. Don't be afraid to get a bit wacky. Throwing her off is our best bet.
Alright.
Good idea, piggies. Run along now. Fuck her shit up good. Impound that boat while you're at it. I'd like to watch her swim back to Ozon.
She came by boat, huh? What are you doing to the wall?
Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit.
Great.
I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
She studies the wall, suddenly pensive. Why are you so committed to defacing the building?
This place is severely lacking in havoc.
Great.
Not even the occasional trash can fire to break up the tedium.
Amazing.
I thought I'd mix it up, you know, summon the forces of crime and social chaos with a wall-sized invitation.
Great. So you don't know what to write?
Have you ever tried your hand at graffitio? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff, like pigs go home and Mona was here.
Do you want to write something cool?
We rarely see pigs round here, though. Just union cats. And my name's not Mona, so...
I have an opinion on this. Want to hear it?
Yeah?
I love public art. Don't mind it. I'm gonna have to stop it. This is hooliganism.
Let's be realistic. What are you going to do? Climb up there?
No, but I can tell her to stop at least.
You heard your partner, Piggy. I'm unstoppable.
Alright, catch you later, Cindy.
Watch your back, Ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
Sure. Whatever you say. What is this? It's a pulley. Cape-side apartments. Oh, it's a sign. Rue de Saint-Gisbert, roundabout north. Huh. We have a door here too.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked.
Alright, well, we gotta go here too. We got something here though. We got some trash. Looks like there was more construction here. Once. A decade ago. Well, we got more another test, I guess, that we're not able to do right now. You can steal from these bags. Oh, magnesium for morale. I like it. Another sign. Docking reserved for residents of Rue de Saint-Bissau, 33A. Yo, and all these bottles I can grab. People just leaving money around. Your room in the Whirling Tracks isn't much bigger than this sloop. This is worth much more than you'll ever earn in all your life. So she's rich. Not a big surprise
A
there.
striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
So very posh.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce.
She extends her hand in greeting.
Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
She steps closer and holds her hand over the railing. Shake her hand.
I'm glad to see you here.
Her grip is tight and cold.
Like steel, there is strength there. If she wanted, she could sink her nails deep into your skin.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
Okay.
That is good to hear, madame.
He opens
My
his notebook.
colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
There's a trace of irony in his voice. Mischief, even. This is a tactic.
He wants me to be a little crazy.
It happens quicker than a shooting star. But did the lieutenant just wink at you?
Okay.
How interesting.
She turns to you and
I wish
says,
you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
do you know anything about these tattoos?
That's the man who was killed.
Yep.
I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question.
So do you know something about those tattoos?
Better not tie the forestay to the backstay on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with.
You're on a boat.
Why, yes I am.
She looks at the deck under her feet. Green and white sails flutter overhead. Not a lot of people on boats, are there?
Of course there are.
She looks
We're
around
on an
you.
archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around?
Wait, we're on an archipelago? Look around.
Yes, we are.
Jesus, a
We
bro.
are on Le Caillou.
Really? I didn't know that.
Technically, the neighboring Ozone and Fas Alamer island groups are archipelagos, while La Caillou, by contrast, is a single fertile landmass, the fourth largest island in the world. It is not an archipelago.
Wait, I thought Localio was one big island.
Okay, if you want to get technical, the point is we're all on islands here, and sail is still the most expedient way to get from one island to another, especially when you're in a hurry to resolve a strike.
So I'm annoying her. That's what I wanted to do. Gives you a crooked smile. Alright. Still, I haven't seen anyone else sail a boat around here.
I haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either.
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle.
Yeah.
It's for crossing long distances in the greater Ravachol industrial harbor. It's not a toy.
It's not a toy.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of Revachol, between the city and the islands.
I mean, it makes sense.
You need to make this lady admit she's only riding around on this boat because she's rich.
Yes, I do.
Before you do, it would be pertinent to ask other questions. Gather more info on this boat of hers.
Okay, does she have a name?
The boat? No. It is called Cordelati 19 because that's the type of sloop it is.
Okay, but what kind of boat is it?
It's a pleasure craft.
Pleasure
A
craft, huh?
19 pacer.
Ah,
It also happens to be rated for Category 1 racing,
okay.
though these days I mainly use it for business.
How do you like it?
My sloop? I like it a lot.
Her lips go
It's
into a
the
wry
eel's
smile.
hips, baby.
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating.
Do you have a license for the boat?
Officer, I assure you I'm a highly qualified pleasure craft operator.
Highly qualified pleasure craft operator. So I'm trying to make her admit she's rich,
The
basically.
crowns of her teeth are porcelain, white as the boat's hull as she smiles. Qualified pleasure craft operator. So charming. Where's the damn license?
Can I see your license?
I just renewed its safety inspection last month, officers. It is completely seaworthy. In fact, it's taken part in not one, but two insulindic regattas. Even finished once.
What happened the other time?
The other time, I would have finished the race were it not for an urgent work matter, much like the one I'm on now.
So when you're not working, you're racing your boat around? Alright, you are racing. Still need to see your license, ma'am.
Actually, you don't.
I'm pretty sure I do. I police.
It is a little known fact among those who police that the Wayfarer Act specifically denies the RCM the authority to demand anyone's operator license.
That's stupid.
The Wayfarer Act is one of the few pieces of legislation governing human interaction in the Revachol Zone of Control, along with the Emergency Trade and Ailments Acts.
Okay. The what now?
It's one of the foundational laws in Revachol, designed to limit the authority of local institutions. Part of it prohibits the RCM from requesting most documents and licenses without permission from a coalition representative.
Okay, great. So I gotta talk to someone else so I can just see someone's license?
It's a
Come on.
law that keeps Revachol what it is, in limbo.
Wait, exactly how little known is this fact?
I was just being polite. Even school children know the Wayfarer Act.
More like the Anarchy Act, in my opinion.
No need to politicize this. You may still ask for the lady's passport.
Okay, yes, I'm gonna need to see your passport.
Of course.
Searches her pockets of her raincoat, producing a bundle of documents in a sealed plastic bag. Look at her
The
passport.
woman is silent, smiling while the waves lap against the hull. In your hand, under the plastic, a light blue passport saying, Republic of Vespa.
Vespa.
The coat of arms has a lion and an ostrich. Seagent.
Seagent.
The Republic of Vespa, formerly the Republic of Vespa Messina, was once a dual kingdom. An amicable parting of ways produced two constitutional monarchies. Vespa, the richer of the two, is an occidental nation known for its proximity to the Pale and its exotic financial derivatives.
Yeah, give me a second. Alright. Right, so she's from Vesper. Anything else?
It is a stable country, and yet there has always been something ominous about its perfect stability. It's a place at the edge of the Mwindi Isola, overlooking the Obi-Sunt Isles, fracturing into the great unrest of the Pale.
Look at the photo page.
The woman, born in the year 3 in the commune of Revachol, smiles at you, face adorned with frown lines and crow's feet. The photo is recent. The name reads, Rejoice Leighton Messier.
Rejoice Leighton Messier. Rejoice. Your name is Rejoice?
Yes. But please don't call me that.
Why?
Joyce is much more efficient.
You're from the Republic of Vesper.
My husband is. I have dual citizenship. A Vespertine is handier when travelling.
Everything appears to be in order.
She nods
Give the
and
documents back.
returns the plastic bag to her coat.
Let's talk about the economics of this boat you're on.
Oh my. The E word.
She crosses her
You mean to
arms.
say that it's a symbol of conspicuous consumption? That I'm a member of the ruling class?
Pseudonymic class wartime? No, you're suffering off honest revenue called tax revenue to shifty-eyed Vespertine financiers. Okay.
Detective, may I remind you that Mrs. Messier is a professional negotiator.
It doesn't look like he thinks you will best her in single combat. I will
Then
try.
what does that say?
She points to the plaque on the side of the pier.
Does it say docking reserved for residents of Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A?
I guess so.
33A? This old proletarian haunt here. As I said, plenty of people drive boats, of all social strata.
Reaction speed challenging. Fire back, quick. Hi, let's do it. Oh god damn it. Come on.
She takes a sip.
It's gonna happen.
Okay,
Something's about to happen. Point to your head. In here.
of course.
Yeah.
Nothing happens for quite a while.
They will come from my head. The arguments.
As they do.
As they do.
The thoughts happen inside his brain.
Lieutenant explains. Wave your hand next to your head. It'll help.
It doesn't.
Keep waving your hand slowly.
My. It's as
She
if
inflicts
there's a
emotion.
tiny spinner on the side of his head and he's reeling thoughts out.
I'm trying to.
Except he isn't.
A thought is gonna come out of my head and into my mouth. I will say it.
Of course.
Keep doing it.
Lieutenant, I truly don't understand what is happening here.
I told you his methods are unconventional.
I swear to God, I'm usually sharp. I don't know what happened. Why am I not killing it?
Your marbles on glass, dear. Don't worry.
What are we talking about anyway?
It was quite a while ago, but I think, yes, we were discussing my fast, large, ineluctably middle-class boat.
Great. I think I have a handle on the boat thing.
Good.
She took a sip of the thermal cup. God, I could have done that. 72% and I lost. Come on, man. Tell me about Wild Pines. What do you do?
What we do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
Okay, great.
There was a touch of discomfort there. She wants to merely represent.
So what do they do?
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things.
Okay.
And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
It's a very big company.
The Wild Pines Group is one of the original Revacholian Indo-tribes. Companies awarded royal monopolies by the king, the suzerain himself, centuries ago. The king is long gone, but several of the Indo-tribes remain.
Who are the other Indo tribes?
Saint-Baptiste, Elysium, an unknown entity known as Brightest Star.
You're in good company, it seems.
Why, thank you.
She does not register the real meaning of the remark. How much money does Wild Pines have?
I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue.
Wow.
20 billion is a large number, but the conglomerate employs 72,000 people. They all need to be paid. Then there are capital improvements, interest payments.
A wave hits the sloop. She grasps for the mainstay for balance.
A conglomerate the size of the Wild Pines is like a shark. If it stops moving, it will die. Then what becomes of those 72,000 families? It's a tremendous responsibility.
Where does Wild Pines get all these billions?
They started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samoan and Insulindian Isolas 250 years ago. when Pine ships explored the South Seminoles and charted Lomantang on behalf of the suzerain.
They were exploration company, then now they're shipping.
Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalizing. It's taken everything from its employees to build it.
Great. So these scientists in my company is so great. You probably have to start out with the royal monopoly.
You know more than you let on. Certainly it helped, but most of the original Indo tribes have failed or been absorbed. To survive, wild pines had to grow and adapt. No suzerain did that.
Okay, what does such a huge system want with a place like this? Look around.
You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners,
To give you a little
who are
smile.
responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo?
8% of all cargo in the world? That's quite the endeavor indeed.
There are no minor cogs in the system. Each terminal must be accounted for, lest the entire system break. Every hiccup in such a system means thousands lose their jobs, the world over. I'm here to assure that doesn't happen.
Okay, I got a new thought as well. The 15th Indo tribe. Wild Pines, Fiend, Copulus, Tricental, Villiers, and La Salle names of visual Indo tribes spring into your head. Set loose at the mention of wild pines. Royal monopolies, octopuses, and swordfish. Most of them gone now. YBP, Expander, Saint Baptiste, Brightest Star, Elysium, represented East Insulandic, Welter, and Istellaire. But isn't one missing? Wait, no, there were only 14. Why do you feel like there was a 15th Indo tribe? Okay, and I can internalize with a point. Okay, what can you tell me about this strike?
Everything.
She
Right
smiles.
up to, but not including, trade secrets.
What if I want to hear trade secrets?
First, you'd have to repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade in Elements. That gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus.
The octopus that straddles Revachon, the Emergencies Act, is the cornerstone of post-war Revachon, inseparable from the world it created.
An octopus? I will slay it.
Good luck is only kept in place by the vested interests of half the civilized world, including your own.
Okay.
What the man means is that the Emergencies Act and the RCM both get their authority from the coalition government.
You'd be shooting yourself in the foot, in other words.
Alright, leave it alone.
But I am derailing us. You wanted to know about the strike.
What is your role in this, precisely?
I believe the official title is Senior Labour Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
And you're so rich for that? I don't think
And
so.
how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place.
Great.
Wait, she just admitted that the lynching and the strike are connected.
Nice.
Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
Oh, you mean Measurehead?
Yes, Jean-Luc Measurehead.
She leans back and rolls her eyes. So the strike is connected to the lynching?
Yes, I believe there is a connection. But that's a subject for later.
Her eyes narrowed. How were talks going before the lynching?
Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago.
She thinks.
Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
Okay.
But the strike began in December.
Looks at his notes.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
Concessions, huh?
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
Ludicrous even. It's meant.
What happened to this Gaumont?
Mr. Clare told him to... How did he put it?
She pauses to compose herself.
Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
Not cool.
Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union.
Alright, give me a second. Alright. And what are the demands?
There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes. Every worker, a member of the board.
It does sound stupid.
Most of the workers probably don't know what that means.
Seems like they have no idea about business. Over aggressive commie posturing.
In its defense, another said, demand democracy. Pretty tame stuff compared to every worker a member of the board.
What does that even mean?
It's quite simple, you see. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about what? About anything really, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal.
Great, that sounds like horrible.
Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
That's pretty funny, I have to admit.
They're having a blast. But how can they afford it? After 4 months, my assumption was they would prefer a more practical solution.
So what are you gonna do?
I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again.
They're stealing your cargo, I
And
think.
now,
That's what they're
people
doing.
are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me.
Everyone
From
looks up
whom
from his
did you
notes.
hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the bowyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, call me mañana.
Call me manana. Great.
This checks out. No, wait. The chief negotiator heard it from a man at the gates. Surely the Wild Pines Group has more effective channels of information. After all, 2,200 people are on strike. This is a big deal for them.
The scabs at the gate, did you put them there?
The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock, come to plead for work where the union refuses to?
Don't let her answer it herself.
Let's call them strike breakers. You put them there. You're right. I don't know what got into me. Some of the degenerate dock worker lingo has rubbed off. Let's call them strike breakers. You put them there, right?
If these strike breakers were organised by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not yet, at least.
It's implied. She's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
Okay, what do you think of Efrat?
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first.
Really?
Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
Great.
If you were to prick him with something sharp, you could see it oozing out. A knife, maybe? No, a rapier.
You sound like you're about to take a rapier to him.
Oh, heavens no. We get along just fine. Yet, now that you mention it, I can't stop imagining that black treacle just dribbling down his double chin.
She stops and smiles. That's Everett, all right.
He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
Wait, there are two of him?
Yes. Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does. And when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over.
Great, so they're always in control.
It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
What about the union itself, outside the Brothers Clare?
The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act. But they did it. I can respect that.
But now it's become corrupt.
Organised labour at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The Brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
She hesitates, looking for the right expression. Crime?
A mob.
Mob.
The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, we are forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer.
She nods.
The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother.
She turns to you.
And your opinion, detective, if I may ask. I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is...
An effective advocate of rights of local wingmen, a giant leech sucking the life out of Ravencall, basically a socialist mob. Giant leech sucking the life out of Ravencall.
Indeed. And a hungry one.
She nods.
Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the leech always hungers.
One more thing, you said something happened in the elections?
I'm glad you asked.
Your skill point.
There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Oh, disappeared, huh?
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore. Or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
They did something, huh?
This forewoman, her name?
This forewoman, her name?
Sadly, the company records do not even give a name. She's just forewoman in private correspondence. Holly. I don't even know if it's a sir or given name. And I don't have access to the Union's files.
Eerie.
Downright haunting, if you ask me. The Wild Pines suspected foul play, but what could they do? It was a Union matter.
I can investigate this.
The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
That's all I need here. Let's change the topic.
Of course. How else can I help?
She passes the thermal cup between her gloved hands. By the way, I've talked to Everard Clare.
You have? And how did you like Mr. Clare?
He's not the champion I have chosen. So I feel it to you and the cause of the capital.
What?
She laughs.
I am afraid you have misread the situation, Detective.
Just throwing her off.
This is not some feudal conflict. It is a negotiation.
Really?
And if it were a conflict, the RCM would not pick sides. My colleague's unusual approach to police work does not represent the organization at this time.
I've seen him and believe me, it's a conflict. I've picked my side in the oncoming storm and it's you.
Well, I can't stop you, can I? Just understand that I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt worm myself. However, if you felt like passing some information...
Okay, so she does, she's into it.
How could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take? It's only natural. We would only be...
She smiles, gossiping.
Gossiping?
So I'm throwing her off a little bit.
Intellectually speaking, it would be quite interesting to hear what she has to say about these things.
I helped him to turn up the heat on the borscht. Might as well tell her that.
Did you now? What sort of borscht is he making?
The cook makes it to keep the strikers drunk. Helps them strike.
The strike brew. That's a classic. And by turn up the heat, I presume you mean put more alcohol in it?
Nope, you misunderstand. I turned the knob like this. Turn the heat down.
Beyond curious. I will choose to interpret that as you turning the alcohol in the strike brew down. For the sake of our professional relationship. And because I don't like the idea of them any more drunk than they already are.
She nods.
What else?
I'd rather talk about something else for now, if you don't mind.
Of course, Detective.
She simmers down.
Should something come up later, down the road, don't be afraid to drop by for a chat.
Chat, of course.
Until then, is there anything I can help you with?
What can you tell me about this lynching?
Quite a few things, I'm afraid.
She falls silent for a moment, contemplating something.
The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
I don't have my badge.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves.
The
I am
hands are a
Lieutenant
piece of blue
Kitsuragi
plastic.
from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41, Detective Dubois. I'm afraid Harry doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
Oh, and what happened to yours, Detective?
She returns the lieutenant badge and turns to you. Remember when a partner told you I suffer from an unusual medical episode? My lost badge is related to it. Yeah.
I see.
She looks increasingly worried.
So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
Yes.
I can't hear you, darling. Speak up, please.
Could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything. This word, the city, nothing.
Oh dear.
She sighs with compassion, sadness even.
I suppose this does explain some of the more curious turns in our conversation.
It should.
She must have been suspecting something for a while now.
Yeah, probably.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
He's enjoying
Of course, I sympathize. but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Great.
She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
How do I negotiate my way out of this? Sympathize for your amnesia, pities your boat failure. Great.
Feelings will guide the way.
Oh, great. But madam, I need to know about this lynching. It's very important to me. It's the case I'm solving.
I assure you, it is no small matter for me either. We all share the responsibility for disarming this situation. I hope you have a badge for me as soon as possible.
You have so much else. I have only this. This is the entirety of my existence.
She's silent. The wind flaps the sail above her.
This boat, for example, and a home somewhere. I only have this case.
Officer.
Oh, great. The carbon fiber creaks. Take some of this. I don't remember anything except this lynching. There is only this coast and this lynching.
You know,
She puts her foot
I
on the
don't
guard
mean to
wire.
sound cold, but if you want something, you have to give something back. More than just guilt.
Great.
You're doing it. Despite your own best efforts, you're still getting in. Somehow.
Somehow.
I'll be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something tangible.
You want a bribe? Like
The
what?
Union is conducting drug trade out of the harbour. It's an open secret in Martinez. Surely it must not come as a complete surprise to the RCM either. Perhaps it's time to look into it.
Alright, give me a second. Alright.
Or
Probably.
you can find your badge, which honestly seems like a lost
I'm
cause.
pretty sure it's in my jacket. I don't know why I don't have it.
Detective,
The
a
ruin
word in
looks
private
notebook.
before we continue.
Excuse us for a moment, ma'am. Alright, give me a second. I'm just gonna save the game. I'll see you all in the next one. I gotta go.